Hi. So the the theme or whatever the topic of this video, I originally kind of intended for it to be just like a community post, but I feel like it might be too uh important, not to sound pretentious, but it's kind of a big deal, I think, for people to hear this. It felt too important for me to just put it in the community tab because not everybody looks at that, and also I felt like I had too much to say for it to be like worth a community post. Like I have enough to say that I think it warrants a full video. So um I want to talk about something. So there are certain people in my life who know and try to support the fact that I am transgender, non-binary, and are aware of the fact that I'm particularly uncomfortable with being referred to in gendered ways, but especially female ways because I was assigned female at birth. And you know, like oh, there's a loud ass car in the background, sorry. Mm. Anyway, um like um so they'll like okay, so again, I do use all pronouns, yes, but I am not comfortable with like being called a girl or for that matter a boy and stuff like that. I'm not sorry, I wasn't going to cuss. I almost used the word familiar and then I realized no, that's not the right word. But I don't want you guys to think I was about to cuss. I cuss, but that wasn't the time, that wasn't a moment where I felt like cussing. Okay, just okay. Uh anyway. um I don't feel. Oh, right, that's the word I was gonna use. I was gonna say feel. Fuck. Well, there you go. Then I did cuss. Okay. Ha ha ha. So yeah, I don't feel comfortable with like being referred to as, say, somebody's girlfriend or somebody's daughter or somebody's boyfriend or somebody's son, stuff like that. Like I really do prefer gender neutral nouns. This is the thing. Like I prefer gender neutral nouns, but I don't have any preference with pronouns. So, yeah, it kind of requires like a basic level of understanding of the English language in order to like get my preferences. Which is sometimes too much to ask of people, unfortunately. But anyway, there are people in my life. That was what I was originally talking about. There are people in my life where they know about my transness. They know about my preferences when it comes to like how I'm referred to, and then they'll still call me girl. Like specifically, they'll be like, "Hey, girl," or like, "See you later, girl," or "Good luck, girl," or anything like that. And like, it's weird. It's weird, like they'll do all this. They'll okay, one of the people in my life is my great aunt. It's not as weird that she does that because she's older, for one thing, and also she's I mean, we've had like complicated situations before when it comes to like her respecting my shit, generally my gender shit, specifically my name. That was something we had a lot of issues with. But she's also one that does the whole girl thing. So yeah, it's not super cool. It's not super fun for me. And then there's also the other main person who does this is like someone who is. It's a lot weirder because it's my it's a woman who kind of like escorts me to and from the clinic where I talk to my doctors and stuff. Like she's my driver basically. Like she can pick me up and drop me off at school because my mom she has a car and she can drive and all that technically, but like she's not in good health usually, and it's just for the frequency of doctor visits that I have, it wouldn't be ideal for my mom to like drive me all the time. So it's not just like that I'm bougie or something and I need like a fucking limo driver or whatever. No, it's like, well, it's not a limo for one thing, but also it's like it's literally like due to my mom's health and all that. So it's important that I have a driver for me. And so this woman who drives me, she also does the whole girl thing, and it's weird because like I she literally did it just yesterday after we had talked about my whole testosterone thing about how I'm gonna go on testosterone probably and stuff like that. It's like I really don't think she's the type of person that would do it on purpose. I don't think so. Um, I just think she's like maybe kind of not like thoughtful enough, I guess, or that. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, not really thoughtful enough. Not like she just it doesn't really occur to her, I guess, you know? It's just kind of funny, like I guess people's brains just work really differently because I kind of, it shouldn't be surprising that I think more about people's genders or just gender in general and like the ways that we discuss it, the way that we talk about it in language and stuff. It shouldn't be surprising that I think about it probably more than the average person, you know? But it just weirds me out, like how much of a disconnect there is, how much of a gap there is between the amount of thought that I put into these things and the amount of thought that like the average person who's usually cisgender puts into these things, the amount of thought they think about it, you know? Yeah, like it's a big difference. It's kind of almost night and day, you know? And it's not like I think, this is the I mean, the thing is, and this is kind of on me. Honestly, no, it is on me. It is on me. I haven't corrected either of these people. Because I mean, but remember, I've talked about this before, and I think a lot of you will understand that like correcting people, it's sometimes it can be scary. Even if they're people who support you, you don't know how they're gonna react when you like literally correct them. Nobody likes to be corrected. Like it's not a good feeling. Like nobody likes it. Some people get really defensive, and I've had a lot of people get defensive when I try to like remind them what I need from them in order to feel fully comfortable and seen and loved. And like yeah, they will get defensive. They'll start making excuses that like I didn't need. They'll be like, I just it's just so hard for me to remember, and it's like I know it's hard for you to remember. That's why I'm reminding you so that you do remember. But yeah, and like the minute they start giving these excuses is the minute that I start feeling guilty, and it makes me like less likely to correct them in the future, even when, you know, uh, like whenever they do mess up and call me the wrong thing, it makes me like physically like recoil, like it just feels so off and like just kind of funny. Like it literally feels kind of funny to me when people think I'm a girl, and I know that might be silly to y'all because like I know I look like one basically. I'm not blind, I'm not stupid, but like the way I the way I think about myself and the way that I think I act just doesn't seem super girly to me. Um and yeah, it's just such a disconnect from how I perceive myself in general. So it still kind of confuses me when people don't see me the way I see myself, even if like logically I pretty much understand why. So yeah, that's the tea regarding that. That's I think that's all I had to say. So uh the reason why I thought well, I'll say a bit more. See, the reason why I thought this was important is because like this might be a I feel like this is probably a common experience with a lot of trans people that like people will kind of not like support from your loved ones and your peers and all that. It's not just a binary thing, just like gender and all that shit. It's not a binary thing where it's just yes they support you or no they don't. It is also a spectrum of like what are they going to support you with versus what are they not going to support you with. Are they going to be cool with this but not that? They're going to be picky choosy. They're people. They're not just going to be all one thing or all another thing. That's just not how things work. The universe does not deal in absolutes. The universe does not deal in absolutes. That's just something that that's one of my philosophies. That's one of the things that I believe about the way nature works and stuff like that. So yeah. Alright, that's all I have to say. Goodbye.